You're a young guy like me. You watch many no-fap videos, cutting down, using willpower, implementing good habits. So there are two options. You could either keep on doing the same thing, expecting one day you might not just want to touch your pee-pee. Or you could listen to me, gain some bit of knowledge, and discover this new method. Why is it hard to quit the hub? First of all, it's an addiction. People keep saying, oh, it's a bad habit. No, it's an addiction that relies on dopamine spikes. It's like taking hard cocaine. In both ways, you're getting a dopamine spike. The second point is that you believe you get some sort of genuine pleasure. You feel like it helps you deal with emotion. This is how you cope with boredom, stress, and insomnia. You play with your worm. The final point is you've been developing neural pathways for like a while, maybe 4 years. External world equals feeling bad and the hub equals feeling good. So what is this new approach which has a 95% chance of quitting? The easy peasy method. Baby. And yeah, it's in the name. Quitting is easy. This video is gonna paradigm shift your mental consciousness and destroy your brainium cells, if that makes any sense. So let's get rid of the damaging that the NoFap community has inflicted onto you. So everyone has a dopamine baseline throughout the day. This dopamine baseline is in charge of our drive, our motivation, and our time perception. A low baseline equals unmotivated, sad, emptiness. High baseline equals motivated, driven, hyperactive. Doing certain activities may result in changes in the baseline. As with other forms of substance such as nicotine, also producing dopamine spikes as well. So basically porn is a drug. Same with methamphetamine. Meth spikes your dopamine 1000% above the baseline. Dopamine Nation by Anna covers pain and pleasure balance. Once partaking in the high pleasurable dopamine activity, whether natural or unnatural, we get a dopamine crash to balance the baseline. This is the result of the homeostasis. This was designed by our Ooga Booga caveman brain due to resources being scarce back in the time. We get dopamine from doing certain things which keep us alive. Due to sugar being a scarce resource with high calories, back in the caveman era, we got a very huge spike of dopamine to motivate us to seek out this resource again and again. But now we have McDonald's. In the modern day, we have an abundance of sugary and fatty foods. This is the problem. The only reason we get dopamine from sex is so that humans can continue living. But the problem is we can get sex as much as we want. There is no cool down or recovery time for a baseline. There is no pain we have to deal with in this pursuit of reproduction. We don't have to build ourselves up to become the top G within the tribe. We don't have to be an attractive partner. We just have to tickle the pickle. But now we got the hub. Big booty. And because we can get unlimited hoes anytime, anywhere, we're constantly doing it all the time. We're constantly castrating ourselves, decreasing our baseline even more. We go back to porn believing it will solve the symptoms of our low baseline. But then that actually causes the symptoms we want to alleviate. So the answer is to not do anything at all. But when you don't do anything, you kind of get that urge to do something that gives you a lot of dopamine. This is why First Man recommends drinking a sugary cup of tea. But I prefer doing the delayed gratification to fill the hole. They will give us way more dopamine. We will not get the negatives of getting that crash, and we will just feel a lot better. The willpower fallacy. Now this will trigger a lot of people and challenge your worldviews. If willpower works, we wouldn't need subreddits like NoFap and everyone would be free. But willpower is ineffective because it's an addiction that relies on dopamine. So why doesn't willpower work? Those who go down the road of the willpower will find it long and difficult due to the fact that they still are brainwashed. They believe it's good for them. I hate watching porn. I don't want to watch it. That's why I'm watching this video, you fucking moron. Look, subconsciously or consciously, you're still brainwashed to believe in its perceived benefit. And this is why you find it genuinely hard to quit, because you believe it's actually good for you. Porn alleviates my stress. Porn is pleasurable. Porn allows me to sleep easier. Porn alleviates my boredom. And look, you use porn to cope. But in reality, you cope because you watch porn, because of the emptiness of the dopamine crash, which we covered recently just then. Triggers. Trigger. Now, you're gonna have triggers all the time. You're gonna get triggered internally, externally. Like hell, you could even see a tree and get triggered. Now, you could delete Instagram and that's all good, you know. The problem isn't the triggers all around you, physically and internally. It's about your response to them. We need to make sure that you see no value in porn at all. Addressing the brainwashing is the first step. So let's get the real truth about porn. Porn is not pleasurable, but saps the pleasure out of everything else. Porn does not make you relax, but agitated without it. Porn does not alleviate the boredom, but makes everything feel like crap. You go back to it to get that feeling of peace. But porn creates the emptiness and feelings which you want to alleviate due to the dopamine crash. And I said this again already, it's a perpetual cycle of death to keep you in this cycle for life. So look, if there is no benefits, then what is there to sacrifice? There's no need to suffer or feel deprived or feel like you're giving up something precious, because there is nothing good about porn at all. There is no benefits to it. There is nothing to sacrifice, nothing to count. So being free from porn has zero downsides and many benefits, because porn has no value or benefit. There's no need to feel sad because the hoes ain't here. The answer of where are the hoes at is you got no hoes.
Getting bitches tonight, bro. We getting hoes, bro.
NoFap streaks reinforce the idea that porn is so precious. Oh, my little porn. I can't have you. I'm on 7 days. You are furthermore reinforcing the illusion that porn is precious. There's no need to count the days. Why do you count the days? You're free. You don't even need to count the days. I want you to fully understand this before you try and attempt to quit. So keep doing what you're doing. I'm not encouraging you to keep wanking the wong, but read the book about the easy peasy method after this video. Finish my video, set a time to quit. This circle jerking idea of streaks just makes you feel depressed. And this is a problem with the circle jerking beliefs in the NoFap community. Oh, I'm on day 90. I have the benefits of sucking big cock. This is basically the NoFap streak that I put on the screen right now. So what happens is, go into a new streak, right? X days amount have passed, you're feeling anxious about failure and relapse, of losing all this progress. Anxiety and fear activates your neural pathways, repeated behavior which you learn to cope. And then you believe PMO will fix the fear, so therefore you relapse, right? Still, we subconsciously still believe that porn will alleviate whatever feelings we have, which the main thing that I want you to get out of this video is porn does not alleviate anything at all, but causes the things you want to alleviate. Another thing I learned when going down the researching spiral is that our brain is constantly changing, and this ability is called neuroplasticity. It's all about changing, developing neural pathways, getting rid of old neural pathways that are not being used. So when we were young, you know, let's say Billy was bullying you in school. You fucking ching chong. You probably got stressed out from that. You may have found porn and used it to cope. Essentially, we have created a neural pathway. External world equals stress. Porn equals stress relief. We have repeated this behavior probably many times, and the more we do it, the more we watch, the more it becomes stronger and stronger. This is what happens with neuroplasticity, is that we strengthen this neural pathway so many times until it becomes really hard to not choose that path. This is why cutting down and progressively deloading does not work, because every time you go back, you're making it easier for yourself to go back even more. And it's actually probably harder to specifically cut down on a certain amount of days than just go cold turkey and just dip from the porn life. Because you're still associating the belief, the brainwashing, that porn equals stress relief. Porn equals pleasure. So if you don't use it, you lose it. We can't pick this pathway anymore. You probably understand why you shouldn't pick it, because every time you do go back to it, you're strengthening the pathway even more. And you understand that you don't solve anything from going back to it. But you need to purge this need for some sort of dopamine, which you're not used to. You're not used to not getting dopamine, and that's why you feel anxious and empty. You get this crash, this dopamine crash, and you just feel shit. So I advocate to delay gratification. Go out, go get some bitch, go talk to people, go take cold showers, go exercise, so you can heal and rewire your brain to feel good from other things. And so we are picking a path to a better future. The answer isn't willpower or discipline or any of that, but just your perspective to it, your mindset. Use the information I told you today, make rational decisions, and stay off porn. Realizing that porn doesn't actually bring you pleasure or happiness, but rather a relief from the craving it has caused. This is your boy, Didi Chong, Dario, Ching Chong. I know this is a bit of a different video, so I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm not in the screen a lot because I'm trying some fancy shit with the camera so I can get my views up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Join the Discord so you can get information. I have all my knowledge there. Bye bye.